In this video, we're going to look at the different tools to help you style your website. At the top of the screen, on the Wildfire menu, you'll see an option called Style Your Website. We'll discuss the first 7 items on this submenu. Social media and PWA each have their own video. Some of these items were settings you made during the initial setup of your website, but these are items that we can go back and modify at any time. So we'll go over those again in case you need to do that. First, we're going to talk about website name and slogan. You can change the website name and add a slogan on your website. For example, this website name is currently Template Website. If I wanted to change that, I would click on Website Name and Slogan. And I could change this and write in my own website name. I will also have to write it in every navigation language for my website. Click Save. If I uncheck this box, then it will not show at the top of my website. Click Save. Now to see a sample, I would go to View Website. And you'll see it does not show on my website now. The website name is still required to put in because even if it doesn't show on your site, website browsers will show your website name on the tab at the top. Okay, let's go back to website name and slogan. Let's go ahead and show the website, and also let's go ahead and show the website name, and also I want to show a slogan at the top of the pages. Slogans are a short phrase that are meaningful that people will be able to see on your site as well. You'll have to translate this into other website languages. Let's click Save. And we'll go back to View Website and see how that looks. You'll see my slogan up here. We actually don't recommend using the slogan very often, but we offer this option for those who have a good reason. So I'm just going to turn mine off because I don't really think it's adding much to my website. Next, let's talk about website logo. You can add a small website logo to the top of your website. This will appear in the top left corner. So let's go and look at a preview of the website. And you can see this is the sample logo, and this is where your logo will go. So that's about the size of it. You need to choose a logo wisely because of the small size. It can't have a lot of detail in it, and it shouldn't have very many colors either. To select your own website logo, click Website Logo. And now I'm going to uncheck this, use the logo supplied by theme, and it gives me an option to add my own media. So I'm going to click Add Media, and the image box appears showing images already on my website. But my logo is not here yet, so I need to upload that. So I'll click Choose File. This is my Bright Idea Websites logo. You'll have to type alternative text and then click Save. Make sure that the logo you want to use has a check mark on it, and then click Insert Selected. Now it shows here. You just need to go to the bottom of the page and click Save. And to preview it, I'll go again to View Website. And now my logo will appear in the top left. You can see on this logo that some of it doesn't show up. The color of this website is too dark against the black text, so you can't really read it. One thing I could do is edit the logo in a photo editor program, but I think I'll just try to adjust the website color first and see if that helps. Before we do that, let's move on to the favicon. A favicon, or shortcut icon, is a small icon that many websites use. It's displayed in the top left corner of a browser tab. For example, if I go to the Apple website, you'll see their logo up there in an icon. And here are some other examples of favicons. So it's a very, very small icon. It shouldn't have very many colors on it, not a lot of detail. So let me go back to my website and I'll select favicon or shortcut icon. I'm not going to use the one that's supplied by the theme, so I'm going to uncheck this button, and now I can add media. I need to upload a file because it's not already here. I have a file that's just the letter A as a sample, and you'll see it here. So let me select this file and click Save, Insert Selected, and I will save configuration. Let me go to View Website. And now you'll see in the tab that the favicon has updated. Okay, let's continue. I'm going back to our website and looking at the Style Your Website menu. The next thing I want to talk about is color. Wildfire has pre-chosen some different color schemes that you can use. You can always come back and look through these and change your color. To do that, you open the drop-down. You can select the different colors and see what they'll look like. Keep in mind, when selecting a color, you need to be mindful of what colors might mean in your target culture. And also, think about pictures on your website. You may want to choose a color that works well with your pictures. Remember, I was going to look for a lighter color scheme to see how it works with my logo. I'll choose this gray color. So again, I scroll to the bottom and I click Save Configuration. I'll go again to View Website, and now my website will be that color. And yes, I can see the text on my logo now. Okay, let's move on. The next item we'll talk about is theme. You can try the other themes that Wildfire offers, but be aware that when you do this, it will actually reset your color and logo to the default color and logo. This isn't that big of a deal, but you will have to go back and select those again. But you really shouldn't have to change your theme very often. At the time of this recording, Wildfire has just 2 theme options, but there's more coming, so you may have more choices than what's on my screen right now. You can change your theme by clicking Select, and you'll see the notice that the theme has been changed. To see this change, you need to click View Website at the top. I changed to the Tide theme, which has a disappearing menu at the top when I scroll. Also, you'll notice that my color and my logo are back to the default, so I'll have to go back and change those again. Okay, we're working our way through the list. The next thing to talk about is breadcrumbs. What are breadcrumbs, you might ask? Since breadcrumbs are turned off by default, you will not have seen them yet on your website. So let's just check this box to show breadcrumbs, and they will be showing now at the top of your website pages. Click Save and let's take a look. These are breadcrumbs up here. They show the path of where you're at on the website. So by default, the breadcrumbs are turned off, and you can choose for the whole site to have them on or off. And the last item we want to talk about in this video is font. We talked about fonts during the initial setup, but you can always come back and change the fonts or add any new fonts. So to do that, you click Font, and on this page, you can upload special fonts if you need. Font types that Wildfire uses are OTF, TTF, or WOFF. You can select them from your computer here. You can choose to change fonts here from the list that's already preloaded. By clicking here, I can assign it to standard text or to headers. At this point, it will select this font for all languages. If you have more than one language and one of your languages requires a different font, you can scroll all the way to the bottom. Under Advanced Settings, here in the bottom left, you click and it opens. You can see two choices here. The current setting is language neutral, meaning one font for all languages. The second option allows you to make the font selection language specific. Let's choose that and click Save. At the very top, you'll see my two languages are English and Spanish, and now I can specify which fonts go to which language. Because these are both in the Latin script, it doesn't really matter so much, but if your language uses a font with special characters, then this is how you can assign those. So you can make the changes here and then click Save after you assign your fonts. And if you want to preview and see what the fonts will look like, you could type some sample text here. So you'll see that the text will be updated with whatever you just typed. So you can preview what it will look like. Okay, well that's all I'll say about fonts, and that's all for this video. If you have any further problems with fonts or themes or logos or anything we talked about, please reach out to your digital publishing manager.